So today it's rose time, and I'm gonna talk about the beauty and the secrets of the rose. Look at this beauty. This is a rose, a red rose. This is red Naomi, but look how beautiful the texture is and the shape of the rose. This of course is like a rose which is already a little bit open, but that's also so beautiful. You buy them always slightly tight, not too tight because they won't open, and then they will be like this. Now of course when we have them at home, it happens at a certain point that they are like tired, so to say. They lean their neck, and what you can do to help them, like this example for example, yes, here is one which is a little tired, you see. So what you do, you cut it again in an angle with your knife and put it back in the water, and you will see after a few hours it's back again shining. But there is also of course some other tricks, and some other tricks are the following. If you have roses and they're almost at the end, don't throw away the whole rose. No, you can use special parts of it for another design. So what you can do is like take the petals off like this, and now you have like all these beautiful petals. Isn't this gorgeous? And you can use them later for decoration on a nice picnic table, dining table. Just put them on the tablecloth, or you can also dry them and use it as potpourri for decoration purposes in your house. Now here is left over the center of the rose. This you can also use for your bouquets as an extra accent. So please don't throw away your flowers at the end of their life. You can still reuse certain parts of it. Now what I'm doing today, I'm gonna make a beautiful rose bouquet, and I'm gonna do it in a way that it looks like you went to the market, bought some bunches of roses, and then you put them together as bunch. So you get like a bouquet constructed from bunches. And to show you how to make it a little bit more pretty, I take the rose and I cluster them. So I put them like this around the center rose, then I go underneath this, and then I put those as well. So go in circles, and then you create a torch. And this torch, and later we're gonna put them all together, but for now I take some greens off because we know no greens in the water. And then what I do, I take a rubber band, tie them together so that for now they stay in place, because otherwise when I lay them down on the table they will fall apart again. I do the same also with these beautiful roses, the pink ones, as you can see again. So I take one, I go in a circle underneath the center rose, as you can see, put them around. And by the way, the setting of today is in the forest where the ragwort is blooming, and I thought it was so beautiful to use that. They go so well together with roses. Over romantic. So this is another torch, and also these torches, if you buy just a bunch of roses, a dozen or 10, you can also do this with just a bunch. And then you take a mason jar or another small vase, cut them short, and just put them in the mason jar, or a larger vase, and then it leans to the edge. Very creative, very artistic. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to put them together and then add also this beautiful pink, natural pink, not tinted, pink gypsophila. And I also have Algemilla mollis. Algemilla mollis is called also the mental flower. It grows very well also in the garden. So now look what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take this one at the center. I put this one on the side. I cross the stems, as you can see. Now I start adding the red roses. Those I can add easily, as you can see. Here at the center, some here. I do this also irregular because roses to me are the most beautiful when they are kind of disorganized, to give it a more drama effect. Here, you see this one? Beautiful. This, you see the effect of the different heights. So add some more on this side as well. Here I put one a little higher so that it gets more volume, because later I'm gonna place it in this champagne cooler. And for sure a lot of you have a champagne cooler somewhere in the cupboard, because you're not drinking everyday champagne. And when you don't drink champagne, then you can use it as a base. Now, here we have like the jib. The jib, as there is pink on this side, I'm gonna use it on the opposite side. And I'm just put like a lot of it, like as I always say, jib you have to use like in clouds. Don't use like one stem like randomly, but go massively with the jib. Nice thing about this, all these flowers I use, you can also dry. So they're dryable flowers, as a matter of fact. So you can, at the end of the vase life, hang it upside down in a dark spot. And then in that dark spot for a week or two, and then they will be dry. And you can then decorate your house with your dried roses. This is the mantle flower. I'm gonna use that on the other side. And again, you see it's bunches, like a lot of flowers. In this case, you can also do this, of course, with less flowers, but you can work with the same shape. And so here, almost finished with this. See? And now I have to finish it up. Greens. This is Le Coteau. Le Coteau is a beautiful, very strong green. Beautiful color texture with burgundy green. It gives us also a more garden feeling. So we add this to it. You can bend it also. Don't be afraid. They won't scream. They won't shout. And then for the other side, I will use salal. Which you can dry as well. Probably you didn't know, but you can dry it. It's a beautiful green with a lot of shine on the leaves. Even when you don't use any leaf shine, it shines by itself. So here we are. So here's the bouquet, and what we do now, we cut it in the length, but before cutting, of course, we have to take away the leaves, because we don't want to have leaves in the water and no flowers either. So this we all have to take out, and I use this champagne cooler, and then I cut the stems with a clipper. You can also use a knife if you like. Oh. Clipper. Not working with me today. So, now to finish it up, it's like water. There were some leaves in the water, they're coming from the trees because the wind is blowing. And look, now I place it in a champagne cooler and ready for a nice table setting.